animals operating on a different frequency.
I took philosophy at the University of York in Toronto. We were taught one really important lesson. And without sharing how that lesson was, and it was 25% of our mark, by the way, we had to do an essay on thinking the exact opposite of what we believed to be true. We were questioned and we had to give our answers. And then the essay was a 5-page essay to argue the exact opposite of what we thought and think. I was just recently watching a Sean Ryan episode with a gentleman that created his own website, No Bullshit News, something to that effect. I'll share the link below. I'm pausing here because what I really want is that everybody take the opposite view. Entertain yourself for even just 10 minutes to watch some sort of news, read a book, talk to a person, or research, or ChatGPT or Google the exact opposite of what you believe is true. It might be political. It may be global. It may be environmental. Something that's going on in your society. It might be engagement that you have with a family member, a loved one, a best friend, or even an argument you're having with yourself. So let's say you believe that one religion is to be true. You are a staunch Catholic and you believe in your type of Catholicism, whatever that might be. There's hundreds of different types of ones. So let's say you're a Protestant and it's only the Protestant's way to go or no other way to go. Take a look at Buddhism. Take a look at the Kabbalah. Watch a video. It's going to hurt. It's going to be hard. It might even piss you off. But take a look at the opposite point of view. Now I'm going to ask you to go even a step further as a philosopher, and that is don't take a look at the religion or the politics or the environment. Take a look at a human being. What if you met a human being and they had nothing? They had no political view. They had no religious connotation. They had no belief system. They had no spirituality. They had no education that they believed in, such as I'm a doctor, I'm a philosopher, I'm a mathematician, I love art, I love creating, I'm an author. They had no taglines or hashtags to who they are. You know nothing about them. And that's what it's like when you first meet someone, when you're on a blind date or you go to a party and you meet someone. And then we start trying to get into conversations to put them in a category. And then we start to have a conversation back that puts us in a category for them. And you may think that your category, so let's say your belief system, for instance, everywhere we went in the United States in the past month or so, I'm Canadian, at least 5 to 7 times somebody apologized when they found out I was Canadian, they apologized. And I don't want to talk about political. There's no political view. You have nothing to apologize for. And then they would start to tell me everything that's wrong with their country and why they side with what's wrong and with what's right. And I would still say, I don't have a political view. Like, you're not going to categorize me, and I'm not going to fall into you categorizing yourself. And this is what creates sort of algorithms of life. Forget about the algorithms that's going on the internet. Don't even go there. So you're going to have to put yourself purposely in a position, because as soon as you start researching, and this goes on a soul level too, as soon as you say to yourself, I want to be happy with my job. I hate my job. I hate my boss. Hate's a strong word, right? But when we're really, really frustrated, that's where we go. And what will happen is your higher soul self will start targeting you with everything that is wrong. Your boss will get louder and more miserable. Your coworkers will start complaining more than you've ever heard them complain. You'll start seeing other people leaving their jobs and wondering, how did they do it? Why was it so easy for them? They're so lucky. Look at how fortunate they were to find another job. You'll notice that other people are happier with their jobs. You'll notice the happier ones. You might even get in your inbox suddenly, look at this job is up or that job is up. And this sort of your own spiritual algorithms. It's trying to re-navigate you towards what you want to manifest, which is a better job. Of course, in our utopian state, we just want to wake up one day, get fired from one job, and immediately at the same time get hired to another job that pays twice as much and gives us everything that we want. That's how we want it to work. But the only reason it's not working that way is because of all these other blocks that you already have that's getting in the way. Because when you have those blocks, it doesn't matter if your boss fired you today and another job opportunity came. You completely missed the boat. You either get fired and you'd go home and you'd in your soup, do whatever you do to try to self-regulate. You get angry, you get mad, you'll get pissed off, you go home and cry. You know, maybe go have the pity party or the victim mentality or why did this happen to me or how dare they do that to me, everything I've given to them and they let me go. And then all of the job opportunities that are sort of all around you are bouncing off of this big giant bubble you've got around yourself and it can't even penetrate, can't even get in. Therefore, all of these other algorithms in life start to happen to steer you away. This could take days, months, for some people, years to penetrate through, to redesign, recalibrate, and get you back on track. By the way, a little bit of plug for myself. This is what I do with my clients, and I make it happen a lot faster. And the more you work with me, the faster we can make it work. And whether you do minis or even you just listen to my recordings over and over again, a lot of people forget to listen to my recordings. The recordings, the more you listen to it throughout, let's say the 1 year cycle that I give you, the better it works for you. It's just simple as that. There's no other way of putting it. So I challenge you while you're hating your job to look for other jobs. Now, depending on your personality, everybody's personality traits are different. This may be very difficult for you. So we have to break that down, release that difficulty so that you can play with the universe and look for jobs without feeling guilty, without feeling a sense of responsibility, without feeling like if I look for a job, that means I got to say yes if they ask me, to let go of that people-pleasing part of you, let go of the fear that somebody finds out, what if somebody knows I'm looking for a job, right? All these things hold us back. There is thousands of moving parts going on in our world at the same time, and we're playing tug of war with every single one of them. I challenge you to have a media fast. My version of a media fast is to only watch, and I am pigeonholing myself, I admit, but to only engage myself with positive podcasts, because that's my thing. Yours might be books, but to only watch those that are talking about spirituality, life after death, telepathy, empathic, how to build my skills, learn more about astrology, learn about art, creativity, creating podcasts like this, recordings, and I'll just saturate myself with that all day, all night, even as I fall asleep. Only things that are positive that make me see that I am more than what the world is playing. The movie that the world is playing right now. I'm bigger than that. I'm more than that. And we all know that. The next one I'm going to be talking about is our lack of connection to community, tribe, village, family, and why every single one of us are desperately lonely because of it, and why it has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. You may not be able to fix it, but you're definitely a part of the change, the great divide and the change. And the reason I want to talk about that next is because what is happening right now in our world, where there's your one political belief against the other political belief, there's a divide. This is not the great divide. This is the bad divide where people think that I don't like you because I categorized you and now I don't like you. I don't like for what you stand for. I don't like what you think. I don't like how you communicate, how you talk. I don't like who you follow and what you research and the books that you read. I don't like your education. I don't like your presentation. I don't like anything about that. So I don't like you. I don't like who you are. I won't even get to know who you are because all of those walls of China or the Great Wall and the Wall of Berlin are holding me back from getting to know you as a person. Therefore, we will have no tribe. We will never have a village because we're not on the same side. And apparently that's what it's all about. We gotta be on the same side because that's what war is. And we are perpetuated by divide of war. When we look at ancient cultures, yin and yang means we need to blend together to have flow. In the law of physics, the law of oppositions, the law of magnetic energy, the law of electricity in physics, there is a negative and a positive that has to exist for there to be flow, ebb and flow. There's no ebb without the flow. There's no up without the down. There's no in without the out, wet without the dry. So below. I'd love your comments, what you think here, and how this resonates with you. And what would you do? What will you do? Or will you do anything to exercise this philosophical challenge so we can be tribal again one day? Not anytime soon, but we'll see.
Free audio post-production by Alphonic.com.